cult is a group or movement held together by a shared commitment to a charismatic leader or ideology. It has a belief system that has the answers to life's questions and rewards or punishes members based on if they follow these rules or disobey them.
There are three main types of cults: political cults, self-improvement cults, and religious cults.
Many people join cults in a desire to be a part of something. Cults use this to their advantage by targeting people who have broken families or not many friends. This tends to lead people to be attracted to any form of family or group that they could be a part of. From a psychologist's perspective, it has been determined that the ages where people mostly join cults are those who are young and in transitional phases, where they are looking for an area away from home and a sort of independence. They're also looking for the ability to thrive on their own or to thrive just away from their parents. How do you think a functionalist would view cults?
Well, a functionalist would view cults as a group of people within a society that gathers together underneath one collective. It's people coming from nothing and not knowing their purpose or place in this world and coming together in one smaller subsociety to go towards one common goal. People within the cult go out and gather more people to go and learn about their cause, about their objective. Within the cult themselves, they also take everyone in the cult practices and helps towards their common goal. Oh, shit. Lost it. Okay. For example, a religious cult that believes in sacrificing animals would have a member go out and gather an animal, and then another member go out and prepare the ceremony, and they'd have everyone in the community working together to go towards sacrificing that one specific animal. Each cult is defined and based around one optimized goal. Some believe in religion, some believe in progressing oneself, and some believe in going on to the next stage. Altogether, functionalists view cults as negative to the societies that they're already a part of. However, within the cult itself, positively, as it's one collective, functionally and together, working towards one goal. What do you think a conflict theorist would view cults?
That's a very complex question to answer when it comes to cults. Conflict theorists, they like when there's conflict. In cults, they are surrounded by them. Cults themselves are very conflicting to the outside world because their views can be considered abnormal, strange, all these things, and it can really put a gap between people. They also have conflict between other cults, where a cult might believe one thing and another cult similar to the area might believe the complete opposite. That creates cults going against each other, and it causes more problems. It's also how cults affect people within them. There can be conflict between people trying to rise up in the cults. There could be conflict between the cult members' families who have lost contact because of this cult, and all different types of things. Overall, I don't think there's a theorist perspective that can see cults as a positive thing, but when it comes to conflict, there are a lot of aspects that a conflict theorist would believe in and truly love.
How would a symbolic theorist view cults?
Well, symbolic theorists would perceive cults as the symbols that they use within them in order to describe their beliefs. Many objects, rituals, and places have significant importance to cults and their members that isn't really for the general population. This could include certain things like holy lands, sacrifices, and even like procedures like wearing cult clothing and robes. With an outside society looking in on cults, they perceive them as weird due to how specific their symbols of importance can be. And this is how cults tend to differentiate themselves and have a unique identity among them. And that is due to how they use symbols in order to represent what they believe and how they believe it.
There are still many cults out there today that we cannot recognize because their actions are not big enough to get involved with the federal government or anything like that. However, unfortunately, there are instances where we do find these cults because of what they've done. Most recently, within these past 2 months of April and May 2023, more frequently in this week, they have found hundreds of bodies of children and people buried in pits in Kenya, all led by Pastor Paul Mackenzie. Paul Mackenzie told people that if they starved themselves, they would get to Jesus. And people believed it, and it has left many families in Kenya wondering what happened to their family. This is a very soft subject, so we understand any reactions negatively towards Paul Mackenzie, and we are hoping that he will get everything that's coming to him for what he has done. He is currently being held custody within prison. Although he was held custody last month, they released him and they quickly had to rearrest him because more bodies.
Okay.